All right, let's talk about transforming those clothes you never wear into something seriously cool. We're going to turn that basic tee into a bold piece of streetwear. This is your pro guide to bleach tight-out.
Come on, let's be real. You know what I'm talking about, right? That graveyard of t-shirts in the back of your closet that you just never ever wear. We all have one. Well, guess what? Those forgotten tees are actually your ticket to creating some one-of-a-kind streetwear masterpieces. Seriously, this is a DIY technique that is absolutely blowing up right now because it looks so high-end. And look, you don't have to just take my word for it. Check this out. Marcus T said, I spent $4 on bleach and used an old black Hanes tee. I had something that looked like it came from a pop-up shop in Brooklyn. I mean, come on. That is exactly what we're going for here. Maximum style for minimal cost. Okay, so let's get into it. Before we jump into all the cool patterns and the fun stuff, we gotta talk about this simple science and, of course, safety. Trust me, understanding this stuff is what makes the difference between a killer custom shirt and, well, a destroyed rag. So the whole idea here is actually pretty simple, but it's really powerful. You know how with regular tie-dye, you're adding color? Well, this is the opposite. It's reverse tie-dye. We're going to be strategically removing color with bleach, and that's how we get these amazing high-contrast patterns. Okay, listen up, because this part is super important, like non-negotiable. Your fabric choice, it is everything. You want to go for 100% cotton. That's the gold standard, right? It reacts perfectly, gives you those awesome warm tones. If you use a cotton poly blend, your results are going to be a lot more muted. And 100% synthetics, just avoid them altogether. Oh, and for the most dramatic pop, definitely start with a dark-colored shirt. And hey, before you even think about opening that bottle of bleach, let's do a quick safety check. It's super important. Try to work outdoors if you can. If not, make sure the room is really well ventilated, like open a window. Rubber gloves, yep, they're a must. Don't even try this without them. And, kind of obvious, but wear some old clothes you don't care about, because you're probably going to get a few spots on them. All right, prep work is done. Now we get to the really fun part, choosing your technique. Each one of these gives you a totally different look, a completely different vibe, so let's dive in. First up, we've got the classic spiral. If you're a beginner, this is the perfect one to start with. All you do is pinch the fabric right in the center and start twisting it into a flat little disc, kind of like a cinnamon roll. Then you wrap a few rubber bands around it to make wedges, like you're slicing a pie. Spray it, let it sit for a bit, flip it over, and do the other side. That's literally it. Okay, next we have the crumple technique, and honestly, it's pretty much impossible to mess this one up. You just lay the shirt flat and then just crumple it up into a random ball. Secure it kind of loosely with some rubber bands and then spray the bleach all over the parts you can see. It's like controlled chaos, and you get this super cool, totally unique pattern every single time. No two are ever the same. Now, if you're someone who likes things a little more orderly, a little more structured, check out the accordion fold. You just fold the shirt back and forth in pleats, exactly like you'd make a paper fan. Then you secure it tightly with rubber bands every few inches. Spray your bleach across those folds, and boom, you get these awesome, clean, repeating stripes or even chevron patterns. Okay, so you've got the basic techniques down. You could stop here and make something cool, but now we get into the pro-level secrets. These are the little details that are going to take your project from looking, oh, that's a cool homemade shirt, to, whoa, where did you buy that? So, what do you think is the single most overlooked detail? The one thing that can really make or break your entire design? It all comes down to your bleach dilution ratio. Seriously, this is how you control the whole process. If you go with a 1-to-1 mix, 1 part bleach to 1 part water, it's going to be super aggressive and work really fast, great for intense contrast. But for most things, the sweet spot is really that 1-to-3 ratio. It gives you a lot more time to work, and the results are just beautiful. A 1-to-5 mix is great for a much slower, more subtle vintage look. But you know what? There's an even bigger mistake that people make. What is the number one thing that will literally destroy your shirt even after you think you're completely done? It's skipping the neutralizing process. You have to do this. See, after you rinse out the bleach, that chemical reaction doesn't just stop. It'll keep slowly, and I mean slowly, eating away at the fabric fibers over time. But the fix is so easy. Just a quick bath and a mix of 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 10 parts water. Let it soak for a few minutes, and that stops the bleach dead in its tracks. So many tutorials forget to mention this, and it's absolutely crucial. And again, this isn't just me saying it. Jordan M. told us they skipped this step at first and couldn't figure out why their shirts kept getting these weird thin patches and holes. The neutralizing step, it changed everything. It really is the absolute key to making sure your masterpiece actually lasts. So you did it. You've created your design, you've neutralized the bleach, and now you have this awesome, unique masterpiece. So what's next? Let's talk about how to take care of it and, of course, how to style it. Caring for your new shirt is super easy, but you want to do it right. Always, always wash it in cold water and turn it inside out before you throw it in. That really helps protect the design. Use a gentle cycle, and if you can, let it air dry. That little bit of extra care is going to go such a long way. And this is the best part. These shirts are so versatile. You want that cool streetwear vibe? Throw it on with some baggy cargos and fresh white sneakers. Let the shirt do all the talking. Or hey, you want to dress it up a bit? Tuck it into some dark wash jeans, add some chunky boots and a blazer. That high-low contrast looks amazing. So there you have it. The techniques, the pro-level secrets, and the styling tips. All those forgotten shirts in your wardrobe, they're just sitting there waiting for a brand new life. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create first?